alongside the India-Russia summit, foreign and defense secretaries of the two countries held the inaugural 2+2 dialogue today that lasted for 2 hours. Speaking at the meeting, Indian Defence Minister Rajnath Singh said that ties between both India and Russia have progressed in a steady manner and will continue to remain so in challenging times. Russian Defense Minister Sergey Shoigu said that he hoped the two countries would together enhance regional security.
India-Russia defense engagements progressed in an unprecedented manner in recent times. We hope that Russia will remain a major partner for India in these challenging circumstances.
Russia-India defense cooperation is important for the relations between our two countries during these times. I am confident that Russia and India will help in enhancing regional security.
India and Russia also inked agreements for procuring AK-203 assault rifles through the Indo-Russian Rifles Limited and signed an agreement on military and technical cooperation from 2021 to 2031. Meanwhile, India's External Affairs Minister Sergey Shoigu said that they will discuss consequences of over-centralized globalization and terrorism, among other things.
Our discussions today will address the emergence of multipolarity and rebalancing. We look too at the consequences of over-centralized globalization. The long-standing challenges remain even as new ones emerge. Prominent among them are terrorism, violent extremism, and radicalization. The situation in Afghanistan has wider repercussions, including for Central Asia. West Asia or the Middle East continues to present hotspots. Maritime security and safety is another domain of shared concern. We both have a common interest in ASEAN centrality and ASEAN-driven platforms.
Before commencing the 2+2 dialogue, the Russian defense ministers of both countries had one-on-one bilateral meetings where they stressed the importance of the strategic partnership between the two countries. Defense Minister Rajnath Singh and his Russian counterpart Sergey Shoigu also co-chaired a session of the Intergovernment Commission on Military Technical Cooperation. The interministerial meeting will be followed by the annual summit between President Putin and Prime Minister Modi later today. Now, for more on this story, WION's principal diplomatic correspondent, Siddhant Sibal, is joining us live from New Delhi. He has been tracking all the latest. Good afternoon to you, Siddhant. Take us through the importance of this strategic alliance between India and Russia.
Well, Alison, it has been a very, very hectic day here in Delhi in terms of the engagement with the Russians. We saw earlier today the 2+2 dialogue, the bilateral meetings, and now, of course, the big summit, the India-Russia summit, the 21st India-Russia summit, with the Indian Prime Minister and the Russian President Vladimir Putin holding talks. In terms of significance, the fact that the Russian president is here in Delhi amidst the COVID pandemic, and this is, of course, his second visit to Delhi outside of the country this year is a milestone in terms of the relationship between the two countries. We will see a lot of pacts being signed, almost 10 pacts being signed, including on the military aspects of the relationship as well. Earlier today, when both the defense ministers had the meeting, there were 4 pacts, protocols, MOUs which were signed, which of course further the defense partnership. In the past also, we know the Russian president has been to Delhi as part of the annual summit mechanism. In fact, his last visit to Delhi was in the year 2018 when he was here in Delhi, and when we saw the signing of the pact for the S-400 air defense missile system. It was signed that year, and this year we know the deliveries has started. In fact, even as we speak, this month we'll see deliveries of the S-400. So a pretty significant visit of the Russian president to Delhi, a visit that will further strengthen the relationship, which is, of course, time-tested one.
Right now, Sudan, taking into consideration the geopolitics in the region currently, how does this summit affect India's relationship with Russia and other global players like Washington?
Well, of course, there are questions being raised. India is a close ally of Washington, but India has made it clear that when it comes to its sovereign decisions, India will take its own decisions, whether it is dealing with Moscow or dealing with Washington. Of course, there are questions being raised over Quad. Russians don't like Quad. They don't like Indo-Pacific vision. They have made it clear very publicly as well. But India has made it clear as well to Russia that while India is part of the Quad grouping, it supports Indo-Pacific vision. It is also part of the BRICS grouping, the SCO grouping that, of course, has been dominated in some ways by the Russians. So it is issue-based partnership. New Delhi has made it clear, and it's not against any country. Of course, when it comes to relationship with China, that has been a cause of concern and something that India has been raising. In fact, earlier today at the 2+2 meeting, the Indian Defence Minister publicly raised about the unprovoked aggression by China, of course, without taking name, in India's northern border. So the concerns over Chinese remain for New Delhi, and India has talked about it with its allies, partners, both with Washington and Moscow.
Right, Sudan, we'll leave it there for now. Thank you very much for joining us on this broadcast. Now,
WION now available in your country. Download the app now. Get all the news on the move.